Well, silver, silver, silver. I know anytime silver goes way down, everybody makes predictions about it's going down to 10, $15. And when it's going up, everybody's predicting it's going to 100. That's what you always get. And it's almost like, I remember what Mark Faber said about hey, he's the best one I know. He's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's God. But I remember one time he was talking about the general equities markets last year, predicting a year ahead of time. He says the Super Bears and the Super Bulls will both be disappointed, and probably that's going to be the case with silver for a little while. I stated that when we get up to the fiscal ceiling, the debt ceiling, which is already happening really soon again, that's going to be the problem for them iron out the budget. But I'm going to get into a couple other interesting things. First off, for tomorrow on Friday, right? And today is January 4th. Well, actually, today is actually not tomorrow is actually January 4th, but it's today. It's right after midnight. Friday, jobs report comes out. So it's supposed to look really good, which makes the Dow and all the markets and even silver go up. Now, this remark that Ben Bernanke made about, them possibly ending QE next year, it's just like the last time he talked about, if unemployment gets below 6.5% and inflation is 2.5%, we'll end QE. And he this is true manipulation right there. So you can manipulate down and up. I don't know. I don't want to be too critical, but the silver tards, whatever you want to call them, the ones that say I think it's being held down artificially somewhat because the silver mines aren't making enough money, and silver is very essential. But you can manipulate up and down. You can manipulate. Hey, if you can make a few percentage points in a day, surefire by having some inside information as to know what Ben Bernanke's going to say, and you have your finger on the trigger, boom, ready to go. And get other suckers to bite because you think, hey, it's going to go down to 22. You better go short and make a lot of money. And maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. I don't actually go by all these resistance points and crap sometimes because the long-range trend for silver is up. But I do keep fiat cash. These people keep telling me cash is trash or idiots. Idiots. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh on you guys who that say cash is trash, but I'm not mostly in cash. Definitely not. I'm mostly in physical metals, and I also got them in the brokerage accounts in the physical electronic types, right? So, but I got cash too. Hey, now even Mark Faber, the God. I'll call him the God, Mark Faber. She's this is Mark Faber's assistant. She rides a tricycle. That's his secretary. She's not that smart. She can't ride that good. She's got training wheels on her little bicycle here, but she looks cute. So that's the type of people that Mark Faber likes to keep as secretaries to keep things straight and in order. But, like even he says that cash is still essential. 25% of your money in cash, too. Hey, See, that's why these silver people drive me crazy. Mark Faber's over 25% invested in physical gold. He's not 100%, 80%, or 90%. He can go buy everything. Oh, cash is trash. Everything's silver. That's stupid. God. But I agree. I've always been saying this. I'm mostly into physical metals. That's pretty lopsided. I have a lot of confidence in them, though. But I want to point out something. Yeah, silver's going down. It's below 30. But depends. Who the hell knows? Maybe it'll go to 28 and bounce up really high, too. You never really know. There's a lot of curveballs that come in. But, I saw an interesting article. I'm not going to really go over it, but I'll show you where it is. It's on Business Insider. They're throwing out the idea, and I'll just throw the headliner as a tease. Suddenly, lots of influential people are talking about the $1 trillion coin idea to save the economy. And just as a teaser, it goes on, the premise of the idea is this. Although the Treasury cannot just create money out of thin air to pay its bills, there's a technicality in the law that says the Treasury has special discretion to create platinum coins of any denomination. And thinking is that Tim Geithner would make a coin and walk it over to the Federal Reserve and deposit it in the Treasury's bank account, and it'll be worth $1 trillion. Now, I can lend him the coin, and he just give me 10% of $1 trillion. That'd be nice. Anyway, but it tells you something. They're playing a lot of games with this bullshit paper fiat money system. If you trust that, you're crazy. It's just that I know in reality, if you got paper 20s and 50s, you walk in the store, that's what you buy stuff with, right? You don't get a special discount because you got silver. But hey, I am mainly in physical silver, and I am smart. I'm smart. I am. I talk stupid on purpose, but when I'm around certain people, I have to play the game. But I'm not around certain people. I'm just on YouTube. Just be old me. But anyway, that's kind of disrespectful to my audience. But hey, I never like talking like a phony person, and that's sometimes I see a lot of that garbage. But anyway, just beware tomorrow. The jobs report's coming out. Silver might take off again, and also the debt ceiling and stuff. I don't know if this crap's gonna. Everybody's so sure it's going down to 26. It's a given now. Everybody's so sure it's going down to 22. It might be just sitting around this range for a while, and might go up to 35 and tease you that it's going up to 40 or whatever the hell it is. But like I said, that's like I've always been saying. You don't put all your money into silver. That's stupid. I'll give you that advice. I've always gave that advice. That's Mark Farber advice. He don't know. But he says as long as those buttheads like Bernanke and Timmy Geithner are in charge and things like that, he's not selling his gold, right? That's why. Listen to that guy. That guy knows better than all those freaking silver people all put together. But he's not 100% into the metals, and he doesn't think cash is trash. That's the difference. But he is very much in the metals and in the physical metals. So, I'm not just trying to be a cheerleader here. I'm trying to make the right decision. And I'll also point out, I picked up on something way over a year and a half ago. I'm going to mention here again. Mark Farber was talking about many of his friends, his good friends are Jewish. And he says he's got a lot of respect for them. I think, if I'm quoting this right, he says that they're very smart in business. And that's just why he increased his gold holdings too, probably following the smart guys. Because he had 10% gold at that time, I think, and he kept increasing. Now he's over 25%. He says, what a lot of his best Jewish friends are doing, they had 25% or more in the precious metals. Even 50% or more in the precious metals or stocks and that type of stuff. Because they've realized that the fiat currency, long range, is downward trend. And you're going to make a lot of money at one point in time. But you got to keep enough fiat cash and enough reserves on hand to outlast the game. That's the whole deal. Hey, it might be, I'd estimate 2014 is really going to be the next real peak. But we may see a peak before that. That might not be the big peak. And I think the peak we're going to see before that is going to be the war with Iran, which I have no idea was going to happen because I thought that was going to happen last year. But if that happened, the whole scenario would have changed again. Nothing is written in stone, as you can see. But Ben Bernanke's words are not as powerful as the market. And it's Ben Bernanke's words that are causing the market to go down. See, that could be manipulation right there. And what he's stating about QE ending is based upon premises that aren't going to happen. In other words, the debt ceiling's going up higher and higher and higher. More and more debt's going to be issued. And unemployment's going up higher and higher and higher. And inflation, talk about what Bill Gross was talking about. Inflation might not rear its ugly head in 2013, but it will in 2014. So how's QE going to end? With unemployment high and inflation going up? He just said something else before that there'd have to be certain parameters before he ended QE. So he's playing games with the market too. So that you could say is manipulation. And you know there's insiders that know what Ben Bernanke is going to say before he says it and what it's going to do to the market. And they all get on leverage, and which actually causes it to even go further. So volatility is where you can make money up and down. I mean, we could stay in a range between 29.50 and 35.50, and it goes up and down, up and up and down, and people know what Ben Bernanke is going to say beforehand and what the reports are going to be before they have the first information coming out. Hey, you can make a shitload of money on that, just getting in the right time when it's going to bounce at 29.50 or whatever, right? That's what's been going on. That's manipulation. It could be up or down. So, manipulation does exist, but not in the way the silver people say, too. That's something else to keep in mind. But do hold on to the physical silver. Just don't think cash is trash. Because like Mark Farber says, you need to have a good amount of cash because, you don't know how long this game is going to go on. But he ain't selling gold. Remember that, and I have a lot of respect for that guy. That guy knows what the hell he's doing because, he made his own money, right? I mean, he didn't read it on King World News or some crap because King World News is wrong a lot of times. But why is he buying physical gold? Because Timmy Geithner's still in charge and Ben Bernanke's still in charge, so he's not giving that stuff up. So that's the real word of advice I have to give for that.